Do it. Do it. Do it, do it.
Do it! Look at these people! They no longer support me. Look! Why would they? I am your leader, and I just left. What kind of leader does that, huh? What kind of king abandons his people? So who wants to be king? Who wants to be king?
Hello everybody and welcome back on the Blade Break channel. Today we will continue with the Chane in Blitz, and before we do that, maybe let's look into the deck itself. So when it comes to the equipment, the stable of the deck will be the Husk, Crown, and of course Grasps and Creepers. We will use those in most of the matchups, but I wanted to try out the Iron Weave against the go wide decks, like really go wide. For instance, Fi, where the Husk is basically giving you 2 or 3 life more than the Iron Weave, because you will be forced to block some attacks, like 3 or 4 attacks with that, and sometimes if you want to raise, those 2 resources can be crucial. So maybe we want to test that out. The fold will be of course against Kano, Gloves, the Reiner things. Null runes will be used both against Iyslander and Kano, as well as the Vexing. So that's all when it comes to the equipment. When it comes to the deck itself, the usuals: Belittle with Minnowisms and you know, the banished stuff like Demigons, Howls, and yeah, Rift Binds. Plunder runs, of course, since those are available in Blitz, and yeah, some Ravels for the explosive turns. Gloom Veils, always useful in those decks. Art of War, of course, nothing better than Art of War in Chane. One Tome to be played on the instant speed with the Creepers, maybe sometimes. One Invert to maybe catch some opponents off guard when they commit too much and are on low HP, to kill them in their turn. And yeah, the usual. One Vexing because it's a blue and blocks for free, and all the other blues are like the usual Shadow of Orzhov, Minnowism, Skies, and so on. So that's it when it comes to the deck itself. Of course, it will be posted in the description below the video. If you do have some questions when it comes to the deck or sideboarding, please comment below the video, and yeah, let's go and look for some games for today. So our first matchup will be played against Iyslander, and we will be using some AB, of course. We will greet our opponent before we side. So yeah, we kind of want to have some of the AB, maybe not too much, but yeah, maybe let's go with 3. Let's have a block to switch the arsenal. They will be having some attacks like tall ones. We will of course go first because it's Iyslander. We do not want them to have the first turn. And right off the bat, maybe we can push some damage before they can disrupt our turn. And to do that, we will kind of play Art of War, buffing our attack and banishing one. So now we will be let's use the Chane. Let's play out the Rift Bind. And maybe we will follow up with the Shrill. Rosetta gives us nothing, but we won't have an arsenal then. But they will potentially not be able to block the 5. Maybe we will be able to push some damage. We drew into 0 non-attack actions, which is shame. We did not trigger the Demigun, but we kind of want to have the arsenal. This gives us effectively nothing, so let's maybe follow up with Rosetta, take one more card out of them. We will arsenal the Skullhorn and leave out the blue in hand. So now we can use one blue to prevent. Yeah, this will get blocked with the crown. We will get rid of that. So that's a 7. And if that's a 7, we will be using that as well. Let's take the 2, let's switch out the arsenal. So we can pay for everything that we need. Yeah, so let's play Minnowism now to trigger the Demigun. Maybe let's not use the rights now. Yeah, they play the amulet, which is kind of fine. We will use the chain, doing that. And maybe let's go tall. I'm even considering playing the Demigun next, not the Rosetta, not to take any more damage from the Blood Dead. We can prevent the 3, that's fine. Yeah, we will follow up with the Demigun. That is okay. So follow up with that for 6. And now they either have to use something. That's fine. So basically we took one of the equipment, made 1 damage, have something to play next turn, have some blues to be able to feed that. So let's start with the shadow, banishing that, so that will have go again. Now we can go kind of wide because we can play the puppetry to play one of the Blood Dead attacks into shackles, into another attack, into so we can kind of prevent that, so we do not have to pay for this card. And even if they are about to use the amulet now, we can still pay that and be able to play out most of our turn. Yeah, so they used the crown. Now we can use shadow puppetry into the ghostly visit. They will take 5. Now we will not banish that. And we can kinda use the demigun for free. And I didn't use the shackles on purpose because we do not want to deck out too soon. So they have the Ice Vein. We can prevent 1 and pay 2, not to discard. And we will pay. Let's see what we banish here. Pounding Demigun, which is fine, because now we can play that. And we can kind of prevent the damage in here. So we can prevent the 2. And we can prevent the 2, I guess. So we have 2 for that and Rosetta. So let's prevent another 2. And do that. We have the Frostbite. So we prevent 1 here. Yeah. We prevent 1s to be able to play the Rosetta and the Riftbind. So now we will play that. This will have go again. And the thing about Chane is that we have a lot of blues. So the Frostbite game does not scare us too much. So this deals 5 and we potentially will be able to banish now. So they had Sync. But thanks to that we can now use the Chane and Riftbind for 4 and another 4 with Rosetta. So we will be pushing some damage this turn. They just lose the Tunic. And they will have to give us at least 1 more card. So this is actually a good one. So yeah, we did no damage in here, but the Rosetta will be pushing some. So we either deal 4 in here or they have no arsenal to play with. Yeah, so that's a good turn. Now we will kinda have a bit worse turn. Yeah, the banishes are kinda bad. So that's actually good that they decided to to concede, because this turn would be a real bad one. We would have to play the Howl from Beyond, pitching the Art of War, and pitch the Ravel into the Rites. So we will go for 7. And if they had a Frostbite incoming, we would actually not be able to play it that way. So that would be a really bad turn for us. But they decided to concede, so let's take that. Next up we will be playing against Bravo. And for the Bravo, the Husk is just great. For those big dominated attacks, the Grasps of course, Creepers, and the usual. They decided to go first, so let's start the game. Hopefully they will not dominate anything big now, so we can maybe block with some of our hand. This is a good hand to have actually, because we can belittle into Minnowism, into Rift Bind and the Swarming and the Rosetta. So that's actually a lot damage. So they've dominated that. We kinda have to block with one card. Maybe let's not give them the equipment now, at least not yet. There is no reason to do so. So yeah, so we will start with the belittle and we will take the Minnowism. And I'm guessing I'm playing the Unhallowed Rites. Nah, with the Minnowism I have to play the Rift Bind into Rosetta and Arsenal that. Yeah, so let's use the Chane. Let's use the Minnowism and play that for a 6. This is weird unless they have the react. Because even if they can present something big, we have the equipment to deal with that. So taking unnecessary damage right now on their side is just weird. Because I have 10 block in the equipment itself. And I will have an arsenal. So even if they pummel something like, I mean, this has to be like the Crippling Crash with the pummel. Yeah. So the case here is that we can block basically 10 and the pummel will give us 15, but we do not want the crash effect, so we kinda have to use one card out of the hand. And even if we have to discard with the pummel, we still can play our turn kinda okay. Or we can block it like that they do not use the pummel at all, we do not take damage. Because now if they use pummel, it will deal 3. Yeah, let's switch that, we will see what we get. Yeah, that's a pummel. And we will be discarding one card. And I guess we have to discard the Shadow Puppetry. So basically, they took a lot of damage just to do. So buff and banish, submit. We will banish that, of course. Now we can play the Shadow, banishing that. So free go again. Into that, into Rosetta. So into 5 and into 4. So a lot of damage, which they will have a big trouble to stop. They have like the crown, but cannot take full value out of it. And we basically take the whole hand from them now. So unnecessary. on their side. They needed to block that. Looking at our equipment, they had to wait with those crippling crashes. So yeah, let's do the shackle now. Let's use the ghostly and finish off with Rosetta. So they will take 2 here, going down to 7. Which is fine. And let's see if they want to go down to 3. Because this will tell me much as well. Okay. So yeah, we didn't play the enabler, so the Rosetta actually does not deal arcane. But we take a lot of cards. Now we actually can take the 4. We need to maintain the pressure. So let's start with that. Into that. Into that. We get the 6. Now let's do that. Into that. Pitching. Putting that on bottom. Now let's deal that. So 1 arcane, and we could Rosetta in here. So they would have to pitch to live. But now basically they have to give us a card as well. So yeah, we could arsenal that then and play off on the next turn. So good game overall. Let's find something else to play against. Now we will face Dromai, and the Dromai is actually kinda tricky, but with the new Rosetta rules, we can kinda cheat a bit of the arcane damage by attacking the dragons, which gives us the upper hand a bit, I guess, in that particular matchup. But yeah, so we will be going first, and we will see if we will even attack in that turn. Maybe not to give them too much of a chance to create some ash. We have a nice hand right now, so I guess we can, I mean, maybe just create a shackle and pass. We want an arsenal. That's a nice new thing to add in the client. So this is a breaker, but we want to kind of play that, banishing to give a go again. But since that's a breaker, I guess we can arsenal the puppetry. So in that case, if we need to banish the Rift Bind to give that go again, that's fine. Free go again is okay. They have the Ash generation. I guess we can take the free. Now Asvolai, which I am not sure if we want to break, but maybe let's do break that, so we have a clear table. It would be good if they did not play any drakes. So we banished that. So now because of it, let's play that. We will not be punishing the shrills. Let's make a shackle, follow up with Rift Bind, just to present more damage since they are not keen to block. And we will finish up with the Rosetta and Arsenal to Demigon, which will be then removed with the crown. We kinda do not want that in the arsenal. So yeah, let's finish up with the Rosetta. They must have a great hand to let all that through. Because basically the idea for Dromai is to block out the Chane, to deck out the Chane. They can just be defensive, play some drakes, make me attack the drakes, and by that just deck out. So let's use those two and take away the Demigun from the arsenal. Now we can even play the invert existence. So they did not even present any of the drakes. We can use the husk to block that out. And they are left with no arsenal. Let's see what are our banishes. That's a good one. So starting with that, and that, we can present the 7 with go again. And then we can follow up with a Rosetta and existence and arsenal the shadow. They must have a D-react for that. They would not let 5 through. That's just amazing, I guess. So let's do that. And let's follow up with the Rosetta for 5. And then existence for 2. Yeah, let's play that. And we have an non-attack action and action. So that will put them real low. So basically they have to block now. So we will take one card. Yep. And we can arsenal. So because of lack of the arcane barrier, if they do not play the small drakes, we can kinda ignore all the other drakes and go face. So that's an attack for free, and we can take the free. They have the AB now, but only one. And we can even attack the small drake with the Rosetta. Kyloria, I guess we will be Rosetta will be so we have to consider now if we want to block with one card, and I guess yes. Let's not take the damage and do not give them the arsenal, especially that it's possibly a D-react to be arsenaled. So now what we want to do is play a little, showing them the demigun and attacking the face, getting the Minoism. Okay. We will get one card out of them. Now let's play Shadow. I mean, undo that. Let's play Minoism into Shadow, punishing that, attacking face. So that's a 5. Then we can play the Demigon for 4, or the Rights. Rights would be better because that's free and we have 2 floating. So next up is Rights into Rosetta. And Rosetta will of course attack Kyloria. The Arcane Steel will be going face. At least it should go face. And yeah, so now we will use the Chane, go with the Rights into face, putting that. So they have to use equipment and a card. If they do not, we will just go face with Rosetta. No need to attack Kyloria now, because they cannot stop that. So Rosetta face is basically the game. Yeah, that's HG. So basically they had the wrong plan. They attacked too much. They've let us hit face a lot, where the idea should be to block out as much damage as they can, maybe establish some drakes which will divert my focus from their face and deck me out. And they can create AB with the Ash Wings, and if I had to clear off the Ash Wings to clear off the AB, then again I would potentially deck out before I can kill them. So if they just stayed defensive, they would be fine, I guess. That's the plan, to beat Chane with the Dromai, not trying to be aggressive. So yeah, let's look for another game. Next up we will be playing against Levia. And yeah, we will just take the Husk and the Grasps, Creepers as well. This just for the good blocks. They of course chose us to go first. They want to play the tempo game, and we both will have Husk. so I cannot win the tempo game by using the chest, because they can do exactly the same. The only case is that maybe we can go wider, so they will not get as much from the husk as us, but still, if they hit the blood rushes early on, that will be a messy game. They have 1 AB, so we can capitalize on that, but not really that turn. And so I guess we can create a rune chant and arsenal the plunder run. We could have created the shackle as well, so that's my bad. But let's see what they can present. They have the blood rush, of course, on the first hand. So we can kinda let 5 in. And then block with a husk. Yeah. So we will even have a quicken token, if I'm not mistaken. And we can maybe take away that. So since we have a quicken, I can play the plunder run into that, but then this is just so bad, because now I have to choose if I play Belittle to get Minnowism for that, play the Minnowism shackles that and finish off with that, or play that, banishing that, but I do not get the... So I will leave that in banish and finish off with Rosetta. I guess that's not bad. Yeah, they will take 3. Now we can do a bit more, because we can do that and get the Minnowism. Now we can play the Minnowism and use the shackles and maybe get rid of the blood dead, pitching that. So that's another 5. And finish off with 2+2. And arsenal the Rift Bind. That's a pummel or what? If it's a pummel, then it's 11 and I lose 1 card. But maybe I win the tempo game. Yeah, Yeah, so they realized that we can like let that through and play off from 5 cards, so we will have the tempo now. So good game overall, and yeah, let's look for another one. We will face off another Dromai, and I guess we will be going first. We will take the usuals. And what we want to do is to kind of set up, not give them the chance to generate ash. Rift Bind will be banished. This is something we do not want to have, but we cannot filter that out, at least not with the grasp. So we can maybe use the crown to filter that off. So let's see what they will do. Maybe they do not have. Okay, so the spears. We can block the spears like that, take the 3 and take that off. We could have created shackle as well, so that's my bad. Dust up. Let's block with the husk. We could have created a shackle. Now I wonder if it would be better to give a go again, so we can go wider instead of buffing the attacks. We will banish that off. Yeah. So the next attack have go again, and we can play that with by banishing the Rift Bind. They will block 5 out of it. Oh, a total 6. That's okay. Now let's give our next attack go again. And attack with the rights. I could have attacked with the Rift Bind, because I could then arsenal that one and not that. So they blocked 4. Now we have to choose. Let's attack with Rosetta. They are playing defensive, which is right. Okay. Let's arsenal that. So we have the Minoism. Oh, they have the Asphalt Eye. They will end turn. That's okay. guess we can banish that and attack Asvolai. Now we will give go again. And attack Asvolai. But Arcane will target the opponent. They took one. Now let's play Minnowism into the Riftbind. And Arsenal the rights. They will take 4. I will take 3. And we have a 4 attack. So what we can do is play the puppetry into the skies. So we can play off the Riftbind and Demigon, then Shackle into that, and Rosetta. So actually we can block that off. Okay, so let's start with puppetry. Sand cover is fine. That's also fine. Because now we can play the rights, I guess. So this will be a 5 and the sand cover does not cover that. Then we can play Disguise into the Demigon, Shackle into Riftbind. Don't banish Belittle. Then Skies into the Demigon. And that's a quite nice white turn. And they preemptively used the sand cover, created Ash. So let's go with 4 go again. Into 5 go again. Into another 4. Or 6 go again into another 4. Yeah, because now they have 1 arcane, but they can prevent that. But it's 5. So the Rosetta arcane will, it's just the same, right? It's still 1 more damage because of the hit effect. So now they have to give me a card, unless they want to die. yeah, that's okay. And finish off with Rosetta. One prevented, one went through, and the two will go through. Yep. So we have a nice banish potentially next turn because we did not banish a lot of cards. The 3 is actually not important. And we want to leave that even for pitch if needed. So actually let's take the hit. They do not have the arsenal now, only 4 cards. So existence is not ideal. But it will do. It definitely will do. So start off with that. Show them that. We will be attacking them, of course. Did I really use all the Minois? No. Yeah. So the case is that we want a blue one for a Rosetta thingy and the existence. So let's take the blue one. That's just fine, not really important. Now let's play the puppetry, enabling the demigun. So let's play the demigun. For 5. Then shackles into Gloomveil, into Rosetta with the existence. Should be enough. Or maybe not. Oh, it will. It definitely will be enough. That's fine. I can even banish that if I want to, but not really. Shackle into Gloomveil. That's fine. This one into Rosetta will be enough. I could have not created the rune chant. I could have played the existence as well, but it doesn't really matter in here. Yeah, that's a good game. Let's go and look for something else. Now we will be facing Oldhim, and Oldhim is a bit tough when it comes to the chain. We will of course take the blocking equipment. They decide to go first to set up the arsenal, I guess, maybe have some dominated attacks. And for the Oldhim, we basically want to set up a bit with the shackles and Art of War turns to go wide, and they just need to stay defensive to be able to win. So this is really hard matchup. If they just block and do nothing more, they will deck us out eventually. They have the AB, they have the reacts, and yeah, it's kinda hard to go through all that. Looking at our hand, our first turn will not be impactful. Hi, good luck, have fun. So yeah, they start with the Iyslander for an 8 dominated attack. And the truth is that we do not have to use the husk, because we can discard that turn, but we will not be able to play those, so we have to use some of the equipment at least, like maybe one card and a grasp. So this will be enough not to get crushed, right? And we can discard some cards, so we will pick those two. Still draw back up. So now basically we will do that. And then we can shackle and rift bind into Rosetta. I could have played that, which would demand a block, but we can leave that in arsenal for now. We still made like 5 damage, potentially 7, and can arsenal, and we have the equipment to block the attacks that they will present. So we can block whole 8 if we want to, like with those two, and even change the existence, which is not ideal right now, because we cannot even, we can use that, but let's leave that out. So we've banished the ghostly visit, so we can play that out and play the skies, and now play that, undo that. Why does it Runeblade attack action card you play? This is not the Runeblade, so we have to play, we have to do the shackles now. Yeah, let's not make those mistakes and pitch. Yeah, so now we can like play this without breaking the chain, but let's see if they like ice react, or maybe so a full 7 blocked. Let's see if they react now. So now let's play this, and this will have go again now. And if they let that through, we will break the chain with the Ravel and attack for another 8. Yeah, so let's break the chain and attack for the 8. Yeah, so we took the whole hand, did some damage. Now let's see the banishes. 2 bad ones. Let's play that with this buff and banish. Now let's use the chain, use that, play that for 7, go again. Yeah, we have the blue to cover that up. So we can arsenal that one, and the Rosetta will be the follow-up in here. So they fully block that. And this is potentially, I mean, this is how they are supposed to play that, to try to block out the whole damage and maybe reply with a hammer when they can and try to deck me out. So they took 2 and they will be replying with the hammer. But not a frosty one. So since it's not a frosty, let's play that one, showing them that. Maybe let's take, this will have go again, this will have go again, this will have go, yeah, let's take that one. So let's play another. Especially that they've let the first one through. They will have to start blocking this turn. So any big attack that they add, it's like a, I don't know why they thought they can let that through. Maybe stay alive and reply with something big. That's fine. That's fine as well. Because now we can play that, pitching that, and that's not impactful. Let's play that for 5 now. They still have to block. And we can follow up with the 2 with go again and a Rosetta as well. Or we can even go up with 3. So let's do that. They somehow think I've draw a card, but I didn't. It was just banished and it was enabled by playing non-attack action card. Did not. It was banished by just enabled by puppetry as non-attack action. So they thought that I banished that with the shadow puppetry, but it was banished with a shackle and enabled by playing the puppetry. So that's why they seem to be a bit distressed. But they say in that case they would play differently, but they had the information. It's not like something was not available for them. So they go to 1. Now we can play the Arzor into Demigon, or maybe Soul Reaping into Demigon. But we kinda have to enable the Rosetta. And it's a Frosty. And they have a pummel. And that really messed me up. So we can play that, banishing that, but we have to pay for it. So we can just play for, I mean, we can play like that, just to make the blood debt lesser, and hope that they do not have the dominated attack. Yeah. Let's arsenal that one. We were not able to trigger the Rosetta, not with the Frostbite. Now the pummel kinda kills me, so the best course of action would be to overblock. We need actually that. Yeah, that's it. Even if they pummel, it still deals 2. So we can play that with that into Rosetta and finish off the game. Yeah, so we will play that into Shackle, into anything, and finish off with Rosetta, and can play the Existence as well. Yeah, they passed because they realized that the Rosetta is triggered. Nah, okay, they have the react. Maybe they have like the exactly like that. So now let's play the Existence on instant basis. Just to because that's basically the game. Yeah, so non-attack action and an attack action, and this is just 2 arcane. Yep, that's a GG. That's a good one. So let's go and look for some more games. For our last game today, we will be facing Bravo yet again. So we will just keep the high block on the equipment and decide to go first to avoid those dominated attacks. And we can maintain the tempo with the husk, so maybe we'll be able to push through some of the damage on our first turn, set up an arsenal, and on their first turn we can block with husk and still play off the full hand, swinging the tempo to our side. But yeah, let's see how it goes. So yeah, now it's fixed. So we will start off our turn with, they do not have the AB, at least not now. So maybe we can just do that. And swing with the arcane. Pitching like that. So yeah, we did the arcane and we did another. So now basically I just want to Rosetta, checking if they really want to keep that hand. They really do. So we were able to deal 3 damage. The blessing is fine. That as well. Iyslander and a hammer, which will be easily blocked by the equipment. So yeah, that's fine. Let's banish. So start off with the buff and let's undo that. Let's play that and get the Minnowism. In the reaction phase, we will actually do that, banish. So this will deal 4. Now we can play the puppetry into that one. I mean, let's undo that as well. Minnowism into that one. So it's a 7. And so we can follow up with Rosetta, maybe, and Arsenal, like the Gloomveil or the puppetry. Yeah, so they blocked 7. Now let's shackle and let's follow up with Rosetta. So 2 arcane went through. They used the equipment to block that, and now we can arsenal the puppetry. see the next banishes. We can do like the puppetry into the rights, skies into the visit, and still go Rosetta. And maybe if we have something like banished for a 0, we can do that with the... So it's a 6, and we can take the 6. We are fighting for the tempo now. So, and they use the equipment, so I guess we can take the 6. No reason to block with the equipment now. So they played another blessing. No, that's okay. So let's play it like that. So let's play the puppetry into the rights. Then we can play the shackle into those two and finish off with Rosetta. That's a D-react. That's okay. Let's play the shackles now. Play that into that, pitching for that. Why it does not have go again? I don't understand that. If I shackled, some kind of a bug. So now we can get pummeled. So I would like to switch that exactly. So we do not go too low. But I don't understand why we did not get the go again. Okay, because I shackled before the howl. Maybe that's because of that. Don't tell me it's because of that. So now let's play this into this, into that, into that. So it's a 9. And basically they would have less life, or we would have much more, because they wouldn't be able to attack like that. They would need to block. So it's a game losing mistake. But that's fine. And follow up with Rosetta. They will want to go to 1 and reply with the hammer. And that's actually okay for me. Because now we can block 3, right, and we have the trigger for the Rosetta. So we can play that, we can play that, we can play this one and follow up with the Rosetta. And this should because this is inactive now, they cannot prevent the arcane. Yeah, that's HG. So there was a misplay in there, like a huge one, but overall a good game. And yeah, it could have been a bit easier. So thank you guys for today. I guess those few games made me a bit tired. That's why I'm making so many mistakes. But thanks you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the gameplay and see you next time.